Hello recruiters, sourcers, internet researchers and Carmen. Amy Giverts here with a solution, Carmen, I think, to the problem that we hit upon the other day when we were looking at CraigsList as being part of our recruiting strategy for active candidates who had their resumes posted online. So for anybody that similarly doesn't want to go to Monster and Career Builder or some of the other pay-to-play sites but simply want to get in front of some good talent, you might consider this to be a useful approach as well. Now, what we did in the first instance was come to our bookmarks, and unfortunately what we realized was when we looked at the hacks that we've got here for CraigsList, even though some of them are really rather simple and some may be a little bit more complicated, the unfortunate fact of the matter was that unless you had the information that you needed to express, for example, the metropolitan areas and the different cities and the way that those markets are broken down, this requires a little bit more time and effort than perhaps we had at first anticipated. So even though these might be useful over time, what we needed was a quick and easy solution, and Carmen, I believe I have found that for you. So if you want to go over to the brownbagrecruiter.com site, you can download this little utility, and of course anybody else that wants to download it can do so, be my guest. You can take the bookmarks as well while you're there, and it's a tool called CraigsList Reader, and what this will do is make short shrift of those searches where you need to have everything that you have within CraigsList but may not necessarily have immediately to hand. So here you can see within this little utility we can break out territory by the entire Western Hemisphere, or of course we can be a little bit more focused, so we can be regional, we can be super regional, we can be statewide, and even within some of these states, of course, we can narrow it down to a particular metropolitan market. So if I'm not mistaken, we were looking in Texas, so let's go ahead and open that up, and you'll see that this actually checks off all of these, and in fact in some of the larger metropolitan areas, and herein lies part of the problem that we were facing, you can see you've got these smaller markets. It's not always possible to know what they're called, especially if you're out of town. So let's go ahead and see if we can find some resumes. Let's open up the categories now, scroll down, and you can see that I've already got that checked off, and all that remains now is for us to put in our keywords. So let's open up the advanced search box and type in our keywords, which I think were mechanical, electrical engineer, and we can put some of these words in. I think one of them was power, another one was distribution, and high voltage, I think it was. Anyway, hopefully this will illustrate the point. So if we want, we can now refine the search a little bit further by putting in some zip codes, or if you wanted to do a donut you could determine what radius, but for this exercise we'll just go ahead and see what this produces. And in fact, true to form, just like the help wanted section, you can see that we've got quite a number of unqualified responses here, so we might have to come back in here and refine our search a little bit more. But if we scroll down, you can see that we've got quite a number of responses that hopefully will make you happy, Carmen. So there you are, there you have it. Another thing that you probably want to bear in mind is that these are resumes that people are posting on CraigsList. They're not going to have the same longevity that you might expect a resume to have if it was archived on one of the job boards, or if somebody had posted it online for us to be able to surface as part of a Google search. So another thing that you might want to take into consideration is the value in archiving these, because they could well be here today and gone tomorrow, and of course the G recruiters on the call will know exactly how to do that, and for everybody else we'll leave that for another day. So there you are, a very useful utility that hopefully will save a lot of people a lot of time. Have a nice day, everybody. Bye bye.